We have to do our absolute best to prevent our children, from growing up in toxic, dysfunctional, broken homes and environments. Okay? My king told me this. He said, a broken spirit knows no sense of normalcy. A broken spirit knows no normalcy. Okay? So what's normal? Like living normal, okay? Being able to have relationships with people without self-sabotaging it, creating these crazy thoughts in your head, being able to function functionally and healthily, okay? When you're broken and you have a lot of trauma, you're not able to function that way, okay? Hence why it continues to repeat itself. Okay, it's very, very difficult for someone to function normally and healthy when they grew up and were exposed to a lot of trauma and dysfunction. And they may want to be, normal. They may want to have a loving relationship. They may want to one day be happy and have happy family, happy children, lots of, wealth, but because that's not what they've known, it's like super, super, super scary in a sense. And it almost is like unattainable, because it's like, how do I even get to that? How do I even manifest that in my reality when I've never even been exposed to that? Trauma literally rewires and impacts the brain, the chemistry of the brain. It's literally like a debilitation for the brain. If you put two brains together, you put the brain of someone who was not exposed to a whole bunch of trauma and lots of dysfunction, as opposed to the brain of someone who was exposed to a lot of childhood trauma and a lot of childhood dysfunction. If you put both of those brains together, they look completely different. One brain looks healthy, it's the chemistry is even and there's equilibrium, whereas the traumatized brain is there's like dysfunctions and there's little glitches and things in it because of the way the trauma has impacted them. Okay? And we have to begin to realize, as the adults, we're the grown folks now. We're having children, y'all. We're creating new generations. We have to be the ones to do something different. Seriously. What if everyone's inner child was healed? How would the world look with everyone's healed inner child being the thing that's leading them? And then children don't get hurt. They're not exposed to trauma. They get to grow up in peace. Imagine how the world would be if you got to grow up in peace. If every little child got to grow up in loving environments, peaceful environments, happy environments. They were validated, they were affirmed, they were told they could do and be whatever they wanted to do and be. They knew their gifts, and they used their gifts, and they used their talents, and they're confident, and they're bold, and they're loved, and they're protected. Oh my God. That's heaven. That is heaven. It's the healed inner child. Your healed inner child is the voice of your higher self. It's your inner child that's whole, healed, and just free. It just is. That's heaven on earth. That's heaven. The more that you heal your inner child, and the more that you set your inner child free, the more that you tap into heaven frequency, the more that you get everything that you want, everything that you need, everything's taken care of. You don't have to worry. You literally don't have to worry. And everything is provided for you. You get everything you want, and you don't have to worry. Just like a baby, just like a child. Okay? A child that's in a loving and healthy environment is going to be taken care of. Their needs are going to be met. Everything that they need and want is provided for them. They're safe. Just like that happy inner child. That is heaven frequency. But see, the reason why so many people are in hell consciousness is because their inner child wasn't protected and wasn't loved. When your inner child is not loved and protected and safe and secure in that root chakra, those chakras are able to develop and spin correctly. You know, when that is taken from a child, or a child is not given an environment like that, it opens up the gates of fucking hell consciousness. For real. Like, we do not even begin to understand the necessity of children being safe and not exposed to trauma and loved and protected.